Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. And right now I'm currently editing yesterday's video that y'all saw. But we have a very heavy, intense day. These videos are rendering my whole laptop is basically useless. But I'm gonna go sit outside actually, get some reading in, get some vitamin D, and wait for this to finish recording. Hope you guys appreciate this nice natural light coming in. Take this off so I can actually hear myself think. And what I just finished doing right now, it's been a few hours, is actually doing my personal wealth map. I do this on the 1st of every month. This is something that's been truly game changing. If you take anything away from this vlog, is to start implementing this in your monthly routine. Basically, my personal wealth map is like a report card I give myself every month in terms of where my financial status is at right now. I am simply taking an audit of all of my financials. So to start off, the first thing I do is take my monthly income. I write down my monthly income. This may be different for everyone. Some people are accustomed to getting 2 checks a month. Boom. You may be a contractor. You may get paid multiple times a month. Whatever. However you get paid, take all the money you've earned for that month, write it down. Next thing you want to do is take all your monthly expenses. How much money did you spend this month? Was it $1,000, $2,000, etc.? Write down all of your current monthly expenses. Next thing what you want to do is you want to take a check of your liquidity. How much money do you have available to you at hand right now? I'm not talking about stocks, bonds, etc. I'm talking about cash in the bank. Maybe cash you have in a safe or something. How much cash do you have access to at this current moment? So you want to write that down right there. If you have a savings account, checking account, you want to take all of the money you have together, excluding your tax account if you have an account set aside specifically for taxes, and you want to write that down. So now what you want to do is you want to come there and take your total liquidity right now that's in the bank, and you want to divide it by your monthly expenses. So let's say you have $5,000 in the bank right now. You want to divide that by your monthly expenses. So let's say if your monthly expenses is $1,000, that means 5,000 divided by 1,000 is 5. You have 5 months you can survive off the cash you have in the bank right now. So after that, that's your basically, you want to write down that number right there. So months that you can survive, it's called prosperity. So, my prosperity is a few months. Your prosperity may be different. It may be a few weeks, it may be a few days, even for some people who live paycheck to paycheck. Next thing what you want to do is you want to write down your net worth. So this is if you own a house, whatever the current market value of your house, whatever, if you have a car, any loans out like that, or anything assets you own that's big like that. Obviously don't go around your house and own a TV for $200. Go over your big substantial size purchases. Also any stocks, bonds, any other investments you may have, what are those current valued at, and that's kind of like your net worth. And then also too, you want to come there and take any of your liabilities. Now your net worth and your liabilities, you're actually going to kind of subtract the two. So if you have a $45,000 car and you owe $40,000 on it, your net worth is $5,000. That makes sense. So then you want to do is you come there and take all your liabilities, and that is all the debt you owe. So if you owe $40,000 on a car, if you owe $300 on credit cards, whatever it may be, anything you owe debt, you want to add that up as well. And basically what you want to do is you want to do this every single month on the 1st. I use a Google Sheet, and I basically have the dates for the rows, and the columns is each one of these. That's monthly income, monthly expenses, total liquidity, monthly expenses, months to survive on current liquidity, net worth, and liabilities. And I track that on the 1st of every month, and I basically able to track over the months and years how my income either grows or how it gets worse, etc. and it's really cool and something I strongly recommend doing. You don't need to be a business person at all to do this. You can be a college student working a part-time job. It's simply just getting in the habit of understanding your finances, and the more energy you kind of focus on optimizing them and stuff, the better, more control you'll be with your finances, and the more power you'll have in that area of your life, which will mean you won't be that typical person that's always struggling with their finances, always broke. With finances, it's like planting a tree. The best time to do it is now. Plant that seed, let it grow over time. Just to show you guys some more stuff, inside Google Calendar, you can literally like book stuff to repeat every month. So I have a lot of this stuff already all booked for the first of every month. And obviously there's a few other things financially I do. And just to show you guys right there, let's see if I can get it to focus on, where it says like does not repeat. I simply go right there, click on it, and it gives you a full bunch of options of like when you want this event to repeat. So you just call it like, hey, complete personal wealth map, and then repeat annually on April 1st, weekly, monthly on the first Wednesday, or you can even do a custom, and you can like add in stuff to repeat. I schedule a whole bunch of stuff in my Google Calendar that is just day-to-day operations even, or even like, weekly stuff. I know for my agency, there's a bunch of tasks that I have for weekly. Every week that automatically repeats. I have different payments going out and stuff like that just set in a Google Calendar to remind me. I have stuff monthly, quarterly, and even annually inside my Google Calendar, so that way I can make sure I get all of that taken care of. I just made probably one of the biggest mistakes. I just realized that my Rode video mic has been plugged into my microphone or headphone jack in my camera last vlog and all of today's videos until now. So now the mic is finally working, and I never even realized that. Whoa. Currently sitting outside right now. Really, I think it's probably one of the best things to do when like you're working from home is switching up your environment and not just consistently sitting in one area. Another reason why I absolutely love my laptop and invested in a really good laptop. But again, to add to structuring your personal finances and stuff, one of the biggest things I've ever done was go to the bank, and I opened up 3 savings accounts. So you have your regular personal account, and then open up 3 savings accounts. And at this time, I did not have a savings account. So I literally just had one checking account at a bank besides my one business checking account. And what I did was I went to the bank and I opened up 3 savings accounts. These 3 savings accounts are: one is your investing account. This is 10% of all your income. Number 2 is your education account. Again, this is 10% of all your income. And number 3, this is only going to apply to the contractors out there, 1099 workers, business owners, people who are self-employed, people who have to save up money to pay taxes at the end of the year, and that's just a taxes account. So if you're watching this, you're a college student maybe, or maybe you work a regular job, then you do not need to open up a taxes account. So let's say, because I know I have a mixture of people, what you want to do is switch your education account. That's 10% of all your income, and you use this account to grow and expand your mind. I know back when I was more broke, just kind of living job to job, basically, because that's when I immediately took the risk of going self-employed, and I literally counted on every single job we could get into the shop, or every vehicle we could detail. And there was a lot of times I wanted to invest money in a course or invest money in a book to expand my mindset, to help with my existing skill set, to grow my business further. And you can't do that if you don't have the liquidity to actually invest into these educational resources. So open up an education account and you save 10% of all your income in that account. And when you see an opportunity to, say, get a course that just dropped that you really want, maybe your mentor offers to get you a few consulting sessions at a certain rate, boom, Maybe if you're just a typical person, you're a typical college student, maybe this is your college savings account for books and resources throughout the year, so you save the money now, so at the end of the year or when school starts next semester, you have that money saved up as your educational fund. Now that 10% remains at all times. So you never change that 10% for the educational fund. Now your investing account, this is your savings account. So if you already have a savings account, you want to move that money into this account, or just use that savings account, initial savings account, as your investing account. And your investing account, you want to keep 10% of all your money in there, or 10% of any money that comes in. And what you do is every quarter you increase that 10% by 10%. So if it's, you're saving 10% starting out, next quarter it's 11%, then the next quarter it's like 12.1%, then the next quarter it's 13.3, something like that percent. You want to do increase 10% of that 10% every quarter. And now note your investing account, once you have 3 months, or 3 months is ideal, some people do 6 months, but at least 3 months expenses saved up in that account, all the excess, let's say, you spend $1,000 a month in expenses. Once you get $3,000, 3 months of expenses saved up into that account, and this is your lifestyle expenses. This is not just your bills you pay now. So if you spend, let's say, $500 a month on bills, another $500 going out, gas, etc., that's what you want. You want your total lifestyle expenses. So it's $1,000 a month. You want $3,000 in that account. Once you hit $3,000 into that account, you want to stop depositing in that account and then start depositing into a mutual fund, into a stocks, etc. And if you are not confident in that ability yet to perform in those markets, what you want to do is just keep saving up, because it's better to save money, as that's a guaranteed investment, versus putting it in risky investments that you do not know how to manage. You're going to have way more risk exposure, and some people they do not have the mental strength yet to manage funds and investments like that. And guys, you can start this now. This is nothing that you need to do later on. I know when I first started this a while back, I literally had like a few $100s in my checking account, and both savings accounts I opened, the investing and the education one, and even the tax account, I literally just start off the absolute minimum deposit I needed. But over time, it grows and becomes a nest egg for you. And through this time right now, with this pandemic going on, I am zero stressed, because I know I have liquidity in the bank to last for almost a year of expenses saved up with my current lifestyle conditions. And even restaurants and a lot of stuff is closed, so even my expenses have been kind of capped down a little bit too. So if this is something that you want to start now, you can even start it right now with this pandemic going on. Go to your bank, get it set up, and you'll be good to go. And highly recommend it. And just like I said, every time you get your money in, you want to have, I use a Google Sheets to track it, but every time you get your money in, it flows into your account, or however you do it, direct deposit, maybe you go deposit it in the bank, then you want to take those expenses. So again, if you're a self-employed person, you want to put like 30% in your tax account. If you're not, if you still have a regular job that takes taxes out of your account already, you want to just deposit your money into your checking account and then take that percentages out of that check, deposit into your education account and your investing account.
In your vlog?
Yeah, I'll put you in my vlog.
That's so sweet of you.
Look at it. Ooh, look how cute she is, guys. Alrighty, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed today's video. I am just quarantining and chilling with Kennedy right now. Still have a little bit of work to do, procrastinating a little bit and slowly getting it done. But hope you guys enjoyed today's video. We'll see you guys tomorrow.